Поставь на место. Поставьте на место. Куда?
Some criminals plan every move, yet somehow leave common sense behind. Tonight, we're looking at decisions that prove trouble can be surprisingly predictable if you know where to look. The woman allegedly kept the store owner distracted while the young man grabbed a large amount of jewelry. Looks like teamwork, but definitely not the kind of teamwork you want on your criminal record. This guy allegedly hid the stolen item inside a ball he was carrying. Honestly, that's some creative thinking, right up until security caught the ball carrying a little extra baggage. He spotted the phone on the table, quickly grabbed it, and was already on his motorcycle before anyone could react. That was a fast getaway, but also a fast way to make a really bad decision. These suspects allegedly robbed a cosmetics store and made off with around 100,000 tenge. They came looking for a beauty haul, but apparently forgot the part where you're supposed to pay for it. These thieves allegedly broke into the jewelry store and started grabbing everything they could carry. Apparently, they mistook a jewelry shop for an all-you-can-steal buffet. Four suspects allegedly stormed into a Houston smoke shop, demanded cash, and cleaned out the register and safe, before grabbing merchandise and disappearing. That's not a robbery, it's an entire store takeover. This thief allegedly thought the supermarket would be an easy target, but one female employee stopped him before he could get away and handed him over to police. Wrong aisle, wrong employee, very bad timing. He allegedly wandered through the store collecting whatever caught his eye and filling up his bag. At this point, it looked less like shopping and more like a personal scavenger hunt. This couple allegedly turned the shampoo aisle into their personal storage space, hiding bottles in their bags and jackets. Looks like they were preparing for a very suspicious hair care haul. This shoplifter allegedly stuffed merchandise into his underwear and walked out without being caught. Apparently, the checkout line wasn't the only thing he wanted to avoid. The woman took the items and put them in her bag. Why come to the store if you don't want to spend money on yourself? He picked a bottle of alcohol, hid it inside his jacket, and tried to walk out without paying. Looks like he thought his jacket came with its own checkout counter. Two shopping baskets were packed full, and not a single dollar was paid. They allegedly pushed the entire haul straight out the door, as if they were picking up free merchandise. Looks like paying for the merchandise was just an option. Climb in, grab the bottles, climb out. That was apparently the plan. Unfortunately, the escape didn't go quite as smoothly as the break-in. One painful fall later, the robbery looked even less worth it. Four alleged shoplifters swept through the store, grabbing whatever they could. It may have looked like a successful shopping spree, but with police involved, that free haul could get very expensive. The parents allegedly worked together to distract the clerk while their young son watched and learned. That's one family lesson nobody should be teaching. Talk about a terrible example to set. Four bottles, one bag, and one very bad decision. He allegedly made it to the exit before employees stopped him, and police later arrested him. Losing your freedom over liquor is about as bad a deal as it gets. Two armed robbers allegedly stormed in, took the money, and then filled two large bags with merchandise before leaving. They were prepared for a big haul and wasted no time filling those bags. The vehicle owner only went into the store to buy a few things, and this guy allegedly saw the unattended vehicle as an invitation. Stealing someone else's vehicle while they're shopping? That's just too low. Over 300,000 rubles for one watch, and this suspect allegedly thought it was worth taking. Bad news. Airports have cameras. Police bats. He allegedly made sure the staff weren't watching, quietly unplugged the laptop, and walked away with it. That's some impressive planning for a crime that still ends with one very stolen computer. The hairstylist stepped away for just a moment, and this man allegedly saw his opportunity. Pretending to take a call, he walked over and took the phone. Smooth acting, terrible intentions. While the shopper was focused on choosing what to buy, this woman allegedly focused on something else, the victim's phone. One distracted moment was all she needed to make her move. This guy allegedly treated the store like a pit stop, grabbed the item, hit the door, and disappear. By the time the employees reacted, he was already running like he had an Olympic final to catch. First, he allegedly inspected the phone like he was seriously considering buying it. Then came the plot twist. He grabbed it and ran. Apparently, he found a much faster way to check out. These two allegedly got tired of walking and decided the obvious solution was to steal a bicycle each. Problem solved, except for the small detail that neither bike belonged to them. She allegedly turned her jacket into a hiding place for the headphones and kept moving. That's one way to carry your new accessories, just definitely not the legal way. Apparently, 4 people decided robbing a gas station was a great team-building exercise. Unfortunately, the police joined the activity, and they brought handcuffs. The theft was allegedly carried out with impressive precision, taking the wallet without drawing attention. The documents came back, but the cash didn't. Hopefully, the next person this skilled chooses a better use for that talent. Nearly $40,000 worth of shoes were allegedly taken from hard-working small business owners. That's a lot of shoes for a criminal plan. This guy came looking for an interest-free loan with no paperwork. Unfortunately, the only thing he ended up signing up for was a criminal record. He allegedly used a knife to intimidate the woman and walked away with a small amount of cash. Risking years of consequences for a quick score like that makes absolutely no sense. They left their wallet on the table, and he allegedly noticed it before they came back. Instead of turning it in, he allegedly took someone else's property and walked away. He allegedly pretended to be on a phone call while quietly taking cash from the drawer at the counter. The phone was just a distraction. His real business was happening right in front of him.
Куртку мне расстегиваем. Куртку расстегиваем. Не стыдно? Мне не важно, кому это надо было. Родителям звоним.
Извините, пожалуйста, я больше такого не буду.
Родителям.
A 12-year-old girl allegedly took 2 bottles of vodka for her father and was caught before she could leave. This was definitely one family favor that went seriously wrong. The student allegedly walked up to the register like he was ready to pay, then suddenly changed course and tucked the item into his bag. Looks like the checkout was just part of the performance. They allegedly had the masks, the getaway scooter, and even a convincing-looking replica weapon. Everything seemed ready for a quick escape, until the officers closed in. The suspects went from controlling the situation to sitting in handcuffs in a matter of moments. The laptop was worth 150,000 rubles, and this teenager allegedly decided it was worth the risk. When a quick grab turns into a criminal case, that easy money suddenly doesn't look so easy. Forget the thief for a second. How did the clerk seriously not notice what was hanging out in the back? Either this is a magic trick, or the employee was having an impressively distracted day. Nice work. They allegedly planned to pay for one item while keeping the rest hidden in their bags. But the store staff caught on quickly, recovered the unpaid merchandise, and shut the plan down. Two armed robbers allegedly stormed in, threatened the employees, and stuffed 2 bags with jewelry. In just moments, the store went from business as usual to a full-blown robbery. He turned his jacket into a place to store beer and then tried to walk out without paying. Definitely one way to avoid the checkout counter. Too bad it's not legal. Cheese, sausage, and alcohol. It looks like that was the shopping list. The only problem? He allegedly forgot the most important thing: paying for it. This guy allegedly stole a few chocolate bars and hid them in his underwear. Apparently, his sweet tooth came with a very questionable storage solution. This girl allegedly spotted an expensive fur coat, folded it up, and tucked it into her handbag. Apparently, her definition of shopping didn't include the checkout. This guy allegedly stuffed a jacket into his handbag before paying and casually headed for the exit. Apparently, try before you buy became take before you pay. While one man allegedly distracted the woman with a fake request for help, his partner quietly took her purse from the nearby sofa. 2 phones, cash, and a bank card later, the help turned into a costly distraction. He allegedly spotted an opportunity while everyone was busy and quickly targeted the wallet in an unattended jacket. Just a few seconds of distraction can be all a thief needs. The woman was simply waiting in line, unaware that the person behind her was allegedly watching for an opening. The moment she looked away, the wallet disappeared. Talk about taking advantage of the wrong opportunity. While waiting to pay, this guy allegedly spotted an unattended backpack and quietly grabbed the wallet inside when the employee wasn't paying attention. Apparently, waiting in line became an opportunity for a little free shopping. This thief thought he was walking away with the goods, until the fog machine turned the whole store into a whiteout. Suddenly, that expensive loot wasn't worth sticking around for. From bold moves to costly mistakes, these stories show how quickly bad choices can unravel. If you enjoyed the ride, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Sometimes hindsight is the sharpest lesson.